First of all, look at the level of personality we are dealing with. These are not just public figures. These are high individual. Senator Akpabio happens to be the third in command, if anything happens to the first and the second of Nigeria, of a country that is above 250 million. From 2020, for instance, the woman she got married to right now, she won file a case against this man. That is one. And I'm also very unhappy that some of the women that have come on mainstream media and air their views in newspapers and other medias, that they've disassociated themselves from Senator Natasha. Now, I want to ask these women, especially the former senators, how would you respond if same similarities happens to your child, your gay child?
Instead it be sleep, let it be hate, let it degrade, let it be deep. Some others should weep, some others should keep the memory of the way that I died. Maybe.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Testament podcast. I hope you're having an amazing week. This episode is very special because I am not really in the right frame of mind, because I am so angry with the communalization and disassociation of Nigerians, Nigeria politicians, celebrities, and public office holder who have a case of sexual harassment. We've tried to be biased in our reasoning when it comes to this serious situation. Nobody will be very happy for your sister or whoever is close to you to be a center of sexual harassment. There are so many reasons why when we need to pay attention to when females or women throw questions out or label someone as being sexually or them being sexually harassed. We need to pay attention to that, because we also have sisters, we have mothers, we have parents who we know because of our relationship and how close they are to us. We would not want them to go through such pain and go through such situation because of how emotionally traumatized they might be at the end of the day. We try to be protective, and that is what I feel Nigerians should be doing towards this issues of sexual harassment leveled against Senator Akpabio by Senator Natasha. And why I'm also going to talk about this issue is basically that despite the economical hardship, despite mismanagement of public funds, despite the food scarcity, despite the marginalization of Nigerians, despite the deprivation of citizenship, that we still have youths, some set of youth who can be coerced, who can ignore all these problematic situations Nigeria are enjoying and enduring daily, and can be coerced by politicians who really don't care about them, who don't want anything better for them. And you can allow yourself and see some coming out protesting solidarity for Senator Akpabio, some protesting for solidarity for Senator Natasha. It just so show to the level of dystopianism in our society and the level of our morality, that we cannot, one, stand for what is right, and we don't even know what to fight for. I could recall an incident that happened last year, August precisely, 2024, when people came out to protest for bad governance, bad policies implemented by governments just to purposefully put Nigerians in pains and agony. That we could also see this same repetition of youth, a set of individuals who have allowed themselves, who have sold their soul to these politicians and do not really mind what happened to them. They are not careful of what would happen to them in the future. They are not careful of what will happen to their future generation if they happens to have anyone with the kind of lifestyle they've engaged in. Like, Nigerians don't bother about things that are of great importance to them. That we centralize our thoughts, centralize our thinking on things that are not really important, things that do not give us meaning, things that cannot define us as a person, things that cannot define us as a people. We fight tooth and nail, engaging in things that are not important. We don't have this patriotism to know that will guide us or put us on a lane of fighting what is right. These are just probably the two reasons why I want to talk about the issue or the saga between Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha. One, I'm really unhappy that youth would come out and protest over this, what would I call it, external version or extended version of a coalition of internal activities that were not properly managed. So I am not really happy with this. And secondly, also, if we do not handle situation of sexual harassment and sexual abuse, especially to the female, which we know that are very vulnerable. The female, the woman, is a vulnerable entity, and it is the right of the male to always be protective. That is why we are there, to be protective, to fight for. So if we cannot stand and we just accept it and draw conclusions and we are biased over it, then something is wrong with our society. First of all, look at the level of personality we are dealing with. These are not just public figures. These are high individual. Senator Akpabio happens to be the third in command, if anything happens to the first and the second of Nigeria, of a country that is above 250 million. If anything happens now to the president or the vice president, the next man in command is Senator Akpabio. And do you think that with the level, I have come to, because of this, I came to study the Senator Natasha to really know what would have pushed this woman, or what is the intentionality that would have driven this woman to engage in such. Is it just for publicity? Does she need fame that she would put on the slaughter board her political career, put on the slaughter board her personality, put on the slaughter board her hard work and everything she has built over the years on the slaughter board just because she wants to throw someone or lay up allegations that do not have any evidence against such a personality as Senator Akpabio? There are so many things that we need to put into consideration. And I'm also very unhappy that some of the women that have come on mainstream media and air their views in newspapers and other medias, that they've disassociated themselves from Senator Natasha. Now, I want to ask these women, especially the former senators, how would you respond if same similarities happens to your child, your girl child? What would you do? Would you go full length, or you will ignore the situation or what she might have complained of just because you feel she should handle it well? Because I hear senators coming out and say, oh, once you are a senator, there are things you don't you don't front. Once you are a senator, there are things you allow yourself with, even if it's against your morality, if it's against your belief, if it's against what you stand for. There are things you just need to put aside once you're a senator. It is alarming at the rate at which we are heading towards the wrong direction. That you just keep wondering, what would be of Nigeria 5 years from now? Like, what in Nigeria could be like 5 years from now if things like this with a sideliner, and women coming out to say a senator there's no male and female when it comes to, once you're a senator, you're a person, you need to see yourself and operate in that form, even if you are sexually harassed. I do not understand what they meant by that. And a senator also came out and said that, oh, the reason why she's being sexually harassed is because she's too beautiful. Wow. Are we just going to lay out, and instead of us to dissect and dig deep to know why would this woman want to lay such an allegation against such a personality? What does she want? She wants money? Is it for blackmail? Or as youth, as Nigerians who have belief, who knows what culture is all about, who stands firmly on things that are right, and as religious as we are very religious. We are, I think, the top 3 most religious country in the world. We are so religious, and we know what is good and bad. And thank God religion has broadened our scope of knowledge to some point that we know when something is good and we know when something is bad. And yet, this kind of case, we don't want to push on aside. I don't know the reasons why people are active, because in taking a side, or you want to run a conclusion or something, you should always learn to put yourself in the position. How would you feel if someone give you such judgment? How would you feel? How would you respond? And that is one of the reasons we need to start engaging in topics like this, and try to go deep and find out what is really happening, what might be the undertone to what we are just unfolding. Because why would I like it or not, this situation has obstructed a lot of things in Nigeria. The legislative arm of the government is very crucial. It is the hand of the people. These are our representatives we sent into the legislative arms that need to stand for the people and fight for the rights of the people, although that is not what they are doing. The senators are living a life of but from this characterization and this display we just saw, we can tell that they are really having fun at the Senate, especially in the federal body. And that is the reason why they can do anything, and they don't mind who they kill or what they engage in to get into this position, because of the sweetness of what comes with the position of being a Senate. If the female are being told or nurtured that you should not take it deeply when someone sexually harasses you, you should understand that you are not, there's no male and female when it comes to the Senate. It is a person, and whatsoever thing that happens to you as a senator, you need to brace for it. You need to accept it just the way it is. I have watched a lot of interview. I don't want to talk too much about. I've watched a lot of interview about people giving their opinion in regards to the situation, this saga, this thing that is not supposed to be. Because the truth be told, if this situation was happening in a developed country, a more civilized country than Nigeria, you will hear that the Senate president have stepped down. Why do you need to step down? You need to step down because you want the proceedings in the legislative arm to continue. Make this not obstruct waiting supposed to happen for there. Because now this situation have put a hold to every other activities in the Senate. Because now people are picking up sides. Nobody they talk about anything important again. Now just this matter, everybody they look at. How do we need to control? Someone knows they want to control and someone knows they want to do this. Nobody they talk about what these allegations leveled against this man. Let's investigate. Why would you just take a decision, pass a judgment, suspend someone who lay such aggraving allegations against a Senate? It's as if we don't understand the caliber of personality is accusing. It's accusing not just anybody, a Senate president. And you want to just push the baby and the water, throw the baby and the water away. No, it's not done. That should be allowed. What we need to do first of all is to either take that situation out of the Senate by you stepping down. If you really know say not be you do waiting someone they accuse you of, you go step down so that you go properly follow up this case. And when you win, everybody go know say yes, this man get integrity, this man okay, this man is right, or this. Not you're being the judge over your own matter. A Senate president being accused of sexual harassment, you're being a judge over your own matter. How ethnical is that? On what basis are we going to measure such judgment? That such judgment will be fair enough? We have seen how we've allowed ourselves for so long, and we've ignored what matters, and we pay attention to things that doesn't really matter to us. Like, why now? Why do we always engage in things that doesn't matter? This is a serious situation that everybody needs to start. We need to hold someone accountable for this. If we develop the act of holding people accountable for their misdeeds, for the decision they decide to take, we'll discover that it will start causing changes in the public sector. If they call you out, say they hold you for that thing, you're gone. It will help in streamlining their activities. These public office holders are holding. It's definitely going to streamline their activities. Now, first of all, more weighing into this case. Maybe we'll check them out. Let's see the possibility of how this allegation leveled against the Senate president, of what true nature would it be that it is possible that this thing really occurred. I've watched a lot of interviews about the situation. I remember a senator who came up and said that they asked her, I think in Arise TV, they asked her, you were also a senator when Akpabio was a senator. How was his relationship like? How was he how does he relate with people? On what grounds? How does it relate to the female folks? And she said, no, Akpabio was easygoing, was always jovial, and he relates with everyone very well. He said, but sometimes the way he does his things or the way he acts makes people to have a different opinion about what he's saying. That he's just a free person who just they friendly and sometimes they do come around because of this side of the Senate, the male senators, that sometimes they also really stand at the gap for them. I was like, wow, it just showed that something is really happening in the Senate. If a woman would come up, a former senator would come up and say these things, like, I don't understand why that Nigeria not they dissect within the lines when they talk. You see, there are senators, male senators in the Senate House who display fragrance of misconduct, a level of misconduct, like they push beyond their line, their limit, a way maybe they do touching, and that sometimes when this kind of things happen and there's a fracas in the house, that they come in between to calm the situation. That's saying that something they happen. And some of those females, when might have experienced this, cannot come out to air their view because of the personality they will be fighting. Who go believe them, number one? They get the money to fight if Senate president they walk up by their side and touch her for where not supposed to touch her. What did they go fit do? Who go believe them for Nigeria? Will they not kill them? I think there are many senators or there are many persons who have undergone who are sexually harassed in the public circle, who politician might have taken advantage on based on the position they are occupying, and based on they are the employers of these persons, they would have taken advantage of them. For that woman to say that means something they happen for the Senate House when we know they really want to talk about. She just indirectly exposed the level of immorality when they happen for the Senate. That this Senate, this house, because you wonder why these people they always they fight to run enter Senate. You see a former governor when don't do 8 years, he won't become a senator. Like, why? A country that have a population of more than 250 million, and you think there are no other persons who have high competency, who have high merit, that would be the very best persons to occupy the position you want to occupy in the Senators, and that will do justice in representing his or her constituency. You go to wonder why these former governors, they won't become senator. They just want to remain in power. Now, because of the things, other elements when these public offices they attract, because it is too friendly, it is too sweet. Power they intoxicate, money they intoxicate. They imagine you're in a position whereby these two they in your beck and call. What would you do with it? The length you will go to. It means something is really happening in that Senate. A lot of things that is the reason why they don't fit pass good policies. They don't fit think well. When the executive arm just bring out their budget, they don't fit dissect and they don't fit dig deep. They don't fit analyze and to know, okay, let's zoom this budget out. Let's see how it's going to affect the populace, how it's going to affect Nigerians, how we can create the balances, what we can do. No. They could just check how the one will come for their side, the salary, this thing, whether there's an increment. Now they won't pass the budget so that funds go reach their hand. Not that they are representing. I don't think there's a senator who should come out and tell us the policies he has made that has benefited his people directly, his constituency directly, for the 8 years or for the 4 years or for the 12 years, for the number of years he has stayed in the Senate House. Make it come out, come tell us. All of them don't go there to go and enrich themselves, because majority of those persons who seek public offices are people who are just there to enrich themselves, not that they really want to do anything significantly important to the people. They don't really care about the people. They don't really care about you and me. They care about themselves all over again and again and again and again. See, it is our time that we Nigerians need to know that, I'm always saying this again and again, that the fight of making Nigeria a better place is not for our own enjoyment too, because it be like, say, we never really understand that the level of sodomite when Nigeria don't reach, it will take years before we feel retract, begin itemize our problem, come to find solutions to take run them, because we just have to start doing the right thing now for our future, for our children yet to born, for those of us when never married, those who want married, those when don't marry, those when don't get children. This is the right time we need to start paying attention to things that matters, or else nothing go matter later. Nothing go matter later at all, because everywhere dig very chaotic. It might not to deviate. Let me go back to these issues. And one other senator came out and said the reason why she is having these issues at the senators is because she's too beautiful. Like, what the hell? So because she's too beautiful, so it is not a fault of her that she's looking appealing, that you cannot control, put yourself under control. And because of that, because of her physical appearance, because of how she looks, how God has created her, she's now vulnerable. Okay, her beauty, even if they rape her or they do anything to her, she deserves it because she's beautiful. Like an advanced man, they look the man and they like this. Where they see these persons are really Nigerians, that you do not give reasons to the reasoning before you spill out words saying our beauty. So if your daughter is raped tomorrow, or if your mother is raped tomorrow and she's so beautiful, you don't need to pay attention to what has happened. You need to condemn her that, oh, my sister, it's because you're beautiful and I make you experience this. Go de-beautiful yourself, or go turn something else so that go face this. Number one thing we need to know: naturally, the females are vulnerable. They are vulnerable, and the male is built and made the way we are made the way we are to give protection to the female. And specifically, you can even see this in the story of the creation. Our God give specialty to their duty. What the man need to do? The man kind of work, the woman kind of work. I'm not really happy that those who would have come front to say, okay, let's investigate this. Let's find out how truthful the situation is. Okay, first of all, the Senate president that has been accused, Senator Akpabio, Godwin Akpabio, has anyone ever accused him of such misconduct? You have to check now. And if you find out, you discover that someone has also called him out for such. I would take the predictable, not be when one incident happen, when one incident occur again and again, they will not say, okay, with this level of occurrence, we use until predict how the next event won't be. So if someone has been called out before, and if you look at the case, you'll say the case later not can get ahead. Maybe whether I didn't really go in depth to that situation, because I know it happened to someone in the NDDC when he was in the NDDC, and the person called him out, and I don't know whether it was suppressed by the government, suppressed by power, but I know say he not see the light of day. But why maybe this one, the reason why this one did like this, and because of the person when they accuse, that one not see the light of day. So if something that happened before, what do you think will be the chance of this thing not repeating itself again? But one thing I know is there's an undertone that what we are just seeing probably might have happened or might not have happened. It's more than a 50-50 chances. But I believe there's an undertone, because from information around is these individuals knew themselves before she got married. And also, if you look at the event that unfolds from 2020, for instance, the woman she got married to right now, she won file a case against this man. That is one in 2020, and called him out and said, you made promises to me. These are the things you didn't do. These are the promises you made. Do you want that? That's one thing I've observed in the Senator Natasha, is anyone she has called out, now person when she gets evidence for, like somebody when she knows that I get dealings with you. Anybody when she call out Yaya Bello. She call out Yaya Bello when Yaya Bello one give her money, maybe she step down. She called out Yaya Bello when there was a threat of her life. She call big people out because she get evidence. She believes, say, I get information. Anyone who carry this to go, I get information to tell you. You say, yes, this person is when you send that. Either time you say you, now send them. So she know her onions. She know a person will be say she ready. And you can tell also her level of exposure for the way she expresses herself. You can also tell also that she's well educated, that she's exposed, she's well educated. And also, this should tell you that if she has called Yaya Bello out for threatening his life, call him out that he offered money for her to step down. And we discover also, if you observe, you see the way she come as a senator. Now the hard road now she pass. She not pass the easy road of, oh, they rig you, they help you, your party help you, put you there. Although there are people who help, which I would think will also look at, we'll see that she fought for it. She fought the governor. She went to court. She fought for her position because she believes, say, now she won the election. She fight until she won her mandate. That's to tell you that this woman not be just woman when I'm calling out this man because of fame, I'm calling him because of this or that. She gets concrete evidence. Me, I believe she have evidence against this man. She called Yaya. She also called this man she got married to, Emmanuel Oduaga, who is the first cousin of the former governor of Delta State, Emmanuel Oduaga also. Both are also cousins to Ibori also, who was also a governor of Delta State. And you see that for her to have been able to call this man, knowing that these are the persons when this man get around, this man, when I call, he calls in a former governor, a cousin also former governor, as in, say, if I don't get proper evidence against this person I'm calling out, or if there's not a standing or an agreement that can hold onto, which are my evidence, then these people go feel quench me and nothing go happen. She called the husband out, saying, you made a promise to marry me, you don't want to marry me again. Because of you telling me that there are things I stopped doing, there are things that would have given me money that I stopped doing, that I didn't engage in because you made these promises to me. It's so funny if you would look at the case. As I check out the case, when she filed against her husband, it makes me laugh because I know the direction why she write what she write. And she demanded 7 billion as compensation. That was in 2020. She got married after 2 years. Probably they resolved their issues, their differences, and the man fulfilled his promises by marrying her in 2022. In 2023, she fought again for the position of Senate, probably with more influence. Now, I gotta wonder, what is I can't look into her political relevancy. Like, when this woman really come on board? How long has she been in the political scene? And from record, it shows from 2019 that she was actively involved. She came out under SDP first, and later she won under PDP. Is he a success politically? Is it based on merit or nepotism or favorism? Which I think to me, I feel this also plays a major part, which is always common with Nigerian politicians. You either don't want to live there, you want to stay you want to stay in power for all your years till you die, or you want to groom your child, or groom your cousins, or groom your siblings, or groom your children to occupy the position because you just don't want to let go. Person when no one leave would do anything to stay. That's just what it is. Someone who does not want to leave a position will do everything possible for him to stay there. And no matter what happens, say for him I need to stay here long, I will go full length to doing and executing what I need to do. Even if it contradicts any laws, I don't mind. I'll go do them because I want to stay here. So I don't know. I wouldn't say, but I think a level of a political success for me, a political success will weigh in more on nepotism and favorism, not be say on merit, because the journey and nobody know the level of how the level of play, because like what she indicated in the case she filed against her husband. She said 2018, now the man started to tell her, say, made them marry. So she probably stopped doing whatever thing she was doing and pay attention to him and him alone until they eventually got married. And also from findings, like I said earlier, she had a cordial relationship with Akpabio. I don't know the extent of their relationship. I don't know the level of their relationship. I don't know if the relationship was because she started dating Emmanuel Oduaga maybe 2017 or 2016. I don't know when they met, or the relationship was based on she knew Akpabio, when Senator Akpabio one-on-one, then it was through their meeting she met Emmanuel Oduaga. I don't know. I'm trying to build analogy in regards to how they met, but I think one way or the other that should be maybe the reason or how they met. that this through this person I know this, and this through this person I know this, something like that. Because I can tell you also that if proper investigation is done on this, that will find that even the position she's holding now, that Senator Akpabio played a huge role to that, even if they were not to the same party. I feel that would have been. I your feel maybe. Because also, if you see the way she did express herself for the Senate House, you understand that, person when know waiting day for him back, not they really they fear waiting day for front. When you know waiting day for your back. So like, the power when guide you, when day for you. Waiting day for your front, not go really, to really send them. Because waiting day for your back. So, what if that is how it played? Also, I also watched a video of her about, I don't know whether it was, I don't know when this happened, but I think it's also in the Senate House, where I would say she was flirting. That is what I would call it, from her body language, her tonation, her word stress, and every other thing. You can tell that this woman just do all these things. See, the truth is, they go to say you dress the way you want to be addressed. You position yourself, or you structure yourself the way you want other people to feel you, or view you, or value you. I'm saying that if, for instance, a girl come and wear a gown, and the gown, I'm just trying to draw something, not really finding if it will relate with what I'm trying to talk about. Like, what I'm making emphasis on, your dressing. Your dressing alone will tell someone, tell a lot about how the person view you. The person can tell, oh, this guy is loose just from your dressing. The person can tell the way you talk and the way you fidget your body, that this person is loose, or this person is upbringing, or this person have morals, or this person, as in, if you tell with your dressing so many things about you, just only your dressing, if you tell people a lot about you. Not that I'm really keen with her dressing, I'm just saying maybe that was the first time, that video probably was the first time so many people were getting to know her. What I see from just seeing that video, if that happens to be the first time I come in contact with her, is, wow, okay, this is inviting. That is one. No, I just want to state for a fact for now that we should know that all the persons this lady don't call out now, people when she gets evidence for, people when she get an agreement for, people when she feel whole. And if you look, just this one I don't mention, her husband, the agreement she had with her husband, that she called her husband out in 2020, and later they got married in 2022. And her issues with Yaya Bello, I also call him out. And how on these two cases she don't get upper hand. She called her husband out. 2 years later they marry. She called Yaya Bello out for threats and trying to tell her to step down. One use money to call Colobia, she not agree. And later the Yaya Bello also call her and wish her well. So this woman win this. So you feel that this woman will just call a whole Senate president for sexual harassment and the incident not happen? Also with waiting other females who they associate themselves from Natasha's case. Oh, we are also senators who will not agree that such befalls their female children, but would want such to happen to a female colleague. I cannot come and say, this woman need our support now. Let's stand for her. Let's first of all question how true this incidency is first. And if we see that she's sincere with us and she's true that this thing really happened, we go give her our full backing. But everybody just they disassociate themselves. Everybody just they no now. You're reasonable. If it happened to your sister, how you go take her? There are some of us that wouldn't even want a pin to touch on her. We might not even be agreeing on our sister on so many levels. We feel not they talk to our sister. But if you just hear say somebody touch her or somebody do something to her, you go all out to protect her because she's your blood. And you also understand their level of vulnerability. That is the reason why you do what you do. So why is it that this particular matter, is it because she's a senator? Is it because people don't already they get her beef before? Or she don't they do things so they make people, don't they? I don't really know. Because I just believe say this woman not fit call anybody out. With the level of person when you call, you not fit call her out if evidence not there. She talk and she's the way they, and funny enough, why you go be saying that Mrs. Akpabio they go file case against, not be you the accused. You see, you don't even look. See, the case when you just file, so now you don't already even lost the case. You don't get validation. Nobody accused you. Nobody do this. Now your husband, when they call out, never file anything. Now you they file, and the woman told you outrightly that they have evidence. And also, we had interview where the man, the husband of Natasha, Emmanuel, came out and said, "I have met Senator Akpabio one-on-one. I have spoken to him as a man, and my wife keep on coming again and again, say this man they sexually they harass me." And you just say, maybe such things don't they happen. Don't take her like this. Let's imagine say such things don't they happen, and the husband of the Senator Natasha, they count down based on because of the relationship he gets with Akpabio, they count down and don't call Akpabio on several times on like maybe on 2 occasions or once, and I say, man, my wife is complaining about this, I don't really like this, please. And they don't talk, and also, oh sorry, she they misunderstand me, and that's not what I really mean. And he does it again and again and again. Do you think that the husband and the wife won't have sit down and say, okay, do you know what you're going to do? I need you to plant a camera, or I need you to hear this, so that I want to hear this conversation. I don't believe say you accuse this of this man because I've known this man for so long. So I don't want to believe you're accusing this man. So if you want me to believe what you're saying, my wife, I want you to give me evidence. Do you think that man not don't request for evidence? And why do you think that man, the man will be fighting for his wife? Because, if my wife is calling anybody out, it's because she gets evidence. Because she don't experience them. The husband of Natasha, Emmanuel Odwaga, has also experienced it. If my wife is calling anybody out, it's calling him out because she gets evidence. I don't want us, my own take on this is, I don't want us to have a biased nature when it comes to things that are of such importance. Because if it happened to your sister, how you go to run her? If it happened to somebody else, what would you do? Someone close to you. So let's call for a committee of investigation. They should investigate this matter and try to put this matter aside so that it not go affect the core goal of the Senate House. Let's put it aside. I would want the Senate President to show how much level of integrity he get. By number one, you have to step down, sir. Come, step down. Make somebody mount there so that the country can go. The country not fit just there one side or be put on a hold because of your personal dealings. Now your personal dealings, you don't fit put the country or you now suspended this woman for 6 months. Like indirectly they tell say that a constituency made her suffer for 6 months. I don't know. That is an abuse of power by the Senate President. These are things we need to call out. These are not, I'm taking side on this. These are what we are seeing every day. That's an abuse of power. Number one is against the constitution of the Senate House. You are suspending the Senate, a constituency for 6 months for not an appointed position, an elected position. People vote for her to be there. They give her suspension for 6 months. That indirectly affect her constituency. Like, I don't know, over personal issues or for seat matter when you really still do. This seat matter, so now you really still do the same thing. Like if the video of Senator Akpabio is back and front with the Senate President as a then during seat sitting position and stuff like that. It's almost similar to this. The difference between one is she's a female, and as a male, our egocentric nature will feel that she not get right to do am. But if na man to man, you not go to throw weight into all this reasoning. But because na woman, we dey throw weight into all this reasoning. But now we still dey talk say the Senate House now there's no male and female, na equality all round. Then why are some persons or majority of the Senate representative or the senators are biased? Because you not go take care if it happen to your daughter or your wife. In short, you don't go over reason them. In short, you don't go over investigate them. You go run the cost once. But now you want to accept it that it's happening to someone else's wife. Person won't be other won't get children. No, now. There are so many things this woman not going to allow just to caution. This is not for trolling. This is a serious issue. And a proper investigation needs to be done because you send a message to every quarter. Because we get females of the society, they'll say, oh, if this kind of thing happened to this woman with her status, what is my fate? That if this happened to me, the society would fight for me. That if this happened, I go get support. Or I just have to accept it that this is the core of the society. And so because, see, these are factorization of dystopianism. Now just all of this be. Our society don't spoil. Now, Nigeria don't become Sodom and Gomorrah. Everything is allowed. If you get power, use and do what you want to. If you get money, do what you want to. Anything when going, just do it. We don't care about how it affects the person. For as long as it makes us feel better, we are good to go. I'm calling for a proper investigation to be done. I don't want to really talk too much about it. I feel I've talked too much. But I just want us not to be biased when it comes to such case, because we are not going to accept it if it happens to our sister, our mother, or anybody around us who is close to us. So we shouldn't accept it because it's happening to someone we don't like. You don't need to like her to support her. You're liking her because you're fighting. You are supporting her because you're fighting for what is right. Because you will not take it and accept it if it happens to someone close to you. So there should be a proper investigation. 1, 2, the politicians who are the accuser and the accused should push this thing aside, give room for the Senate to conduct the activities, and follow up with every. Nigeria to get problem that the senators not supposed to they go on reset. They're supposed to work 24 hours because we supposed to make them they work 24 hours every day. They're not supposed to they go out. The few hours where they spend for these things, although we're not the same result, maybe we allow them that they spend the hours there. Because they don't really care about waiting. They very important to us. Because why? From the protest we can tell that it seems the politicians obviously are weaponizing poverty. Because any now and then you see the protests when happen for Abuja that have affected the activities. All of those individuals that came out to protest, whether they are for solidarity to Senator Akpabio, solidarity to Senator Natasha, they were paid or made promises. It not happened before. It happened before. They were paid, made promises to come out. How long? The Senate president should step down. And that's the right thing to do. Once this thing don't do, you can occupy the position you want to step down first so that Nigeria go on. Nobody put you for where you did, so now you put yourself for where you did. So own up to your responsibility. That is 2. Proper investigation without any biased nature should be conducted. And also, we should ward off and take out all these kind elements when they for the legislative arm. I believe they did for every hierarchy in the society. We don't need to start accepting. We just have to start working towards pushing Nigeria to where Nigeria is supposed to do before it becomes too late to do. So that's just my take on the saga between Akpabio and the Senate president, and also Natasha Senator Natasha. Okay, that's my take. Now, for those of you who probably might just be watching us for the very first time, do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. Subscribe, follow us, comment, and just support us one way or the other. Peace out.
Yeah, instead it be them, let it be me. Since I will die, inevitably, then let it be, that it be said, when I am dead. Some other was free, some other was fed, some other not me, was able to see that long as we live inside of a country where no one is safe, no one is safe. We only evade, try to escape the imminent doom, but closer the date looms. It comes for all. If we must go, then at least when we fall, when